Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Undead Girl Murder Farce, episode 9. And now we're dealing into the last third arc, dealing with werewolves now. Of course, after the amazing ending of the last episode, which I gave an applause to for Cigar, for quickly snatching that diamond away from Jack the Ripper. Of course, when all the villains were there and their faces reacted, especially Jack's, like, oh! When Cigar just pulled the old switcheroo, I'm like, bravo, Cigar. So now they use that diamond, to lead the way to a place called the Forest of Fangs, which is a place where the werewolves live. And that's what Moriarty is after now, because since he's here with vampires now, and of course using Aya's the rest of her body, right? And now he's looking for werewolves now. So they go to this place. I think it's in the Alps. I think they mentioned the Alps. And now, first, how it opens up with this angry mob with torches going after a werewolf that has this girl, right? So this would call his mom, so that has to be her daughter. So this big werewolf, they find that they get locked inside this building. They set it on fire, but it looks like they survived the fire. But then that was cut to back to the present, where I guess sadly Sherlock Holmes and everyone else, they stay behind. So it's just back with our original trio. Shizuku, Cigaro, and Aya. So now then as they're walking on in the mountains, they come across a guy who has a revolver and a gun behind his back, but he was about ready to shoot him. But so they recognize that, oh, you're the detectives we've heard about. So they go into this village where there's not much, but he explains that it's like every 4 months where a girl gets pretty much taken every 4 months. So they go to the church where some people are accusing this one guy because he's an outsider, but they enter and they're wondering who's speaking. It's not Shizuko because her mouth is shut. So, and of course, to get Cigar being the comedian as he is, oh, I'm Cigar, I'm my master's servant, or I'm the cage holder. And, being the smartass as he is. But they're wondering who's talking, though. And so they lift behind the curtain. They see Anya's head, saying that she's immortal. The one guy explaining that Gustav, the guy who holds the gun, their daughter is missing. That's what they're here for. And so he puts a gun to her. It's like, go ahead, because go ahead. I've lived over 900 years more than you have, so go ahead. Daring him to pull the trigger because she's immortal. Because we saw her run over, right, and her head just regenerates. So that's why she's like, okay, go ahead, shoot me, because I've lived over 900 years, so go ahead. So they investigate the house Gustav's house where his daughter's been taken. They're looking around. They're explaining that she's in a wheelchair, so she doesn't. Pretty much couldn't get around much, though. They investigate a room which just got totally trashed. And then I'm seeing a little bit suspicious in the mother because she's looking a little side-eye, kind of looking this way and a little bit this way a bit, while she's explaining. I'm a little bit suspicious of the mother, They look at the fireplace and, seeing how there's blood on the bed, though, but there's none dripping on the way out through the broken window, and no one could have possibly fit up the chimney unless it's a werewolf, but they jump all the way down. so they're asking more questions, because there's a shed out there. So it becomes back to another mystery, like how in the first arc we're dealing with the vampires, right? That mystery. So it's kind of like dealing with another one like this, similar. So, and then after they thinking after what Anya's processing all this, and Gustav asking, "Well, you think she's alive?" And she's saying, "In my opinion, you may never see her again." So they go to talk with the mayor of the town and saying that explain about the Forest of Fangs. There's no such place, but there is a place where werewolves are. And to get to a certain place, you need that diamond. Cigar shows him and is like, oh. So Anya tells, like, hey, if we find this girl for you, you know, you tell us where the Forest of Fangs is, and he agrees. So, and then afterwards, then at the ending, where there's at the train station, a conductor greets the new guest, and you get these two people in white, kind of like resembling, I guess, like resembling like cowboys, because you hear like kind of like spurs jingling, right? So I guess they're kind of like, you could say, white cowboys, because they're like dressed in white, right? Well, you hear kind of sounds of spurs jingling. So you kind of say, it's like kind of like they're white cowboys. So, but overall, yes, yeah, this may seem shorter than usual though, because it's basically for most of the episode, because it went by that fast, as per usual. Because most of the time it's just investigating the disappearance of this girl. And like even the guy, the doctor, explains that about the past victims, how they were able to identify, because either moles or birthmarks, right? Because it shows they've all been mutilated, right, torn to pieces. But they're questioning why where they taken Louise, the girl in the wheelchair. So there has to be a reasonable explanation, right? And I would say, like I said, the girl's mother seems very suspicious. I mean, she kind of looking in the direction of this way, you know. But also, like, regarding about the werewolf and before, how they explain, like, it was like over a year ago when that one we saw at the beginning getting burned, right? But they look like they survived. Almost kind of like in that filter, almost like in a black and white style sort of way, which I kind of appreciate. So yeah, but overall, yeah, it was still a very fun episode. I think this has become one of the best ones I've seen this year, you know, or this season. But I say this year though. So, Ego Cigaru trying to be the smartest, but he get a little more serious in helping, trying to solve them out, you know, like when they're investigating the room and stuff like that. Yeah, well, fast back because like I said, we're one more quarter away there now. So, but wonder what Moriarty's gonna be up to, you know, deal with how the whole werewolves fit in, right? And trying to figure out see if the girl's alive still. So, but episode 9 I found it really enjoyable. Like I said, this series has been hitting it every single time. You know, 10 out of 10 every single time, becoming one of the best ones I've seen this year. So, we'll look forward to see how the whole werewolf story arc goes in this now. But anyway, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. That'll be of Last Boss Queen, and we'll see you next time. Later.